Yes,
Welcome
you can take it.
everyone. Today our special guest is Anuj Bhati ji, the National Joint Secretary and in charge of organizational building in NAP. So he studied in DU and he has been with the party since a long time. So Anuj ji, welcome on the call.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, Prashant ji.
हाँ तो अनुज जी, तो पहले आप बताइए कि आपका पार्टी के साथ जुड़ना कैसे हुआ और फिर कई सालों से आप पार्टी के साथ है, तो मतलब ये हाउ डिड यू ग्रो विद इन द पार्टी? आप आज आपने इतनी बड़ी पोजीशन पा ली है, कैसा रहा ये जर्नी अब तक?
So, I was born and brought up in Noida. It's closer to Delhi. I hope everybody knows it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did my schooling in Noida and then I came for college to Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
And I started my college in 2010 in Delhi University.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was pursuing mathematics honors. So, my college is just opposite to Ramlila Maidan.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
तो आप सब लोग आई होप अवेयर होंगे कि 2011 में अन्ना आंदोलन स्टार्ट हुआ था एंड इट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम रामलीला मैदान. तो आई थिंक इट वाज डेस्टिनी दैट मेरा कॉलेज और रामलीला मैदान बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट थे. तो वी वर इन कॉलेज एट दैट टाइम वेरी यंग. आई थिंक आई वाज 20 years old only. So we used to go there. I used to go there with my friends and we were thinking that this is something happening for our country and we should contribute. तो रेगुलरली हम लोग जाते थे. तो इनिशियली फैमिली का काफ़ी प्रेशर होता था जब आप स्टूडेंट थे. यू कैन नॉट गिव मच टाइम. जस्ट देयर फॉर 1 hour 2 hours एंड स्लोली नेक्स्ट ईयर माय कॉलेज इलेक्शंस केम. तो आप इस मूवमेंट से इफेक्ट होके आई डिसाइडेड टू कंटेस्ट माय कॉलेज इलेक्शंस. So I don't know how familiar everybody is with Delhi University elections, but they are very, very hectic and very influenced by money and power.
Right. And you contested using the CYSS banner?
No, CYSS was not founded then.
Okay.
So this was 2012. This was 2012, and I think CYSS was founded in 2013. So I was contesting independently against these student groups of Congress and BJP. They are called NSUI and AAP.
Right.
So we defeated both. And we won the election. I was elected as president. My friends were elected as vice president, secretary, and everything. So once I got elected, one of my classmates who was shifted to Crodimal College, he was very closely following Arvind sir. So one day he invited me. I think उसने सोचा होगा कि ये कॉलेज का प्रेसिडेंट है तो शायद इसको थोड़ा बहुत कुछ आता होगा. तो he invited me for a meeting जो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में होना था with Arvind sir.
जी.
So Arvind sir was coming there. I remember it was I think 2013 February might be.
जी.
So I went to that meeting. And in that meeting, I was the only college president present there. The rest of the students were normal students who were pursuing their education in the university. So I got a chance to talk to him. So I told everybody present in the meeting, and Arvind said that we have contested this election in our college, and we have won. And we have contested without any money, without any power, even my deposit. So Delhi University में क्या होता है कि आप इलेक्शन कंडक्ट करते हो तो आपको 1000 रुपीज का डिपॉजिट देना होता है. जी. तो मेरा डिपॉजिट भी मेरे एक दोस्त ने सबमिट किया था क्योंकि मेरे पास इतने पैसे होते नहीं थे उस टाइम पे. कुछ मनी मिलती थी घर पे थोड़ी बहुत, but 1000 rupees was a huge amount at that time. My friend submitted that deposit and we won. Our opposition was spending lakhs of rupees, almost 10 lakh rupees. And we were contesting without
what was the size of the electorate? मतलब कितने लोग वोट डालते थे लगभग?
Around 3,000 voters were there.
Goodness. So just for 3,000 voters, you need to spend 1 lakh?
At least 10 lakh, not lakh. 10 lakh.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So I told in that meeting that how we won that election. and how we defeated these people with so much of money. And so after that meeting, I walked off with one of my friends, and we were walking on the road. पीछे से एक गाड़ी आई और वो बराबर में रुके मेरे, उन्होंने शीशा नीचे किया तो अरविंद सर ने ऐसे पास में बुलाया मुझे. He was my ideal at that time, and it is today also. So he called me and said कि क्या नाम था तुम्हारा? Sir, Anuj Bhati. I was like कि तुम घर पे आना मेरे. So I was like मुझे तो पता नहीं आपका घर कहाँ पे है. मैं बोला मेरा नंबर है तुम्हारे पास? मैं कहा नहीं. तो उन्होंने अपना मुझे नंबर दिया and he said कि call me and come to my house. So this was 2013 in February.
Right. तब नीली वैगनआर में घूमते थे अरविंद जी.
हाँ ब्लू कलर की वैगनआर थी तभी. राइट वही वैगनआर थी था. तो उन्होंने बोला कि तुम घर पे आना. तो रात तक तो मुझे समझ ही नहीं आया कि जो नंबर उन्होंने दिया है उस पर मैं कॉल करूं या SMS करूं, कैसे करूं. आई वाज वेरी नर्वस. तो रात को मैंने उन्हें SMS किया कि सर प्लीज सेंड मी द एड्रेस. तो आई थिंक लेट नाइट उनका रिप्लाई आया एंड ही सेंड मी द एड्रेस. वो वैशाली वाले घर में जहाँ रहते थे उस टाइम पे, तो शामली में रहते थे. ही सेंड मी द एड्रेस. ही सेड कि कम टुमारो मॉर्निंग. So I went next day morning and he कुछ और स्टूडेंट्स भी थे वहाँ पे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की जो आम आदमी पार्टी की यूनिट एक्टिवली काम कर रही थी. So he told me कि आप इन सब लोगों के साथ काम करोगे and you have to enroll 10,000 students with आम आदमी पार्टी.
Wow. Okay.
For upcoming elections. So our elections were in 2013 December, if I'm correct, I think. This was February. It was a team of 4 or 5 people. We started a drive of student registration to volunteer for Aam Aadmi Party. And I think we will succeed. Around 12,000 students were registered for that drive. It was a huge drive, but successful for us. So one day, there was another meeting at Arvind Sar's house. It was a review meeting regarding this campaign. The कितने students ने register किया, कैसा चल रहा है and everything. So I reached little early. Meeting शायद 9:30 बजे थी. मैं 9 बजे पहुंच गया था. So sir was sitting alone. मेरा सर आओ अनुज कैसा चल रहा है and everything. I was like sir कल को अच्छा रहा है but मजा नहीं आ रहा है. He said क्यों मजा क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? I was like सर कि ये स्टूडेंट्स वगैरह एनरोल कर रहे हैं लेकिन डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं हो रहा है पॉलिटिक्स में जो हम करने आए हैं. तो अगर कुछ और काम है तो वो मुझे आप बताइएगा. तो ये सेड टू मी कि ओके तुम 3 बजे सीपी ऑफिस आ जाना. अब सीपी में ऑफिस होता था हनुमान मंदिर के पीछे, अगर आपको याद है तो.
ओके. राइट.
So yeah, asked me to come there. I went there at 3 p.m. I was there. So the meeting was going on. So I reached there around 2:50. So I was trying to go inside, but the guy who was standing at the door, he said, "You are not allowed." I was like, he called me. Arvind sir called me at 3 p.m. He said, हाँ सब यही बोलते हैं, but आप allowed नहीं है. ठीक है, तो मैं बाहर बैठ गया. And I hope you all know or remember Mr. Ashish Talwar.
Okay. I'm not aware.
Convener also previously. He was our Delhi state convener at that time. He came out and he asked कि Anuj Bhati कौन है यहाँ पे? I was like, मैं हूँ sir. So he said, come in. So I went into the room and Arvind sir was sitting and there was another candidate who was contesting. This was around September 2013. So he told me that he is the candidate of so-and-so assembly and Anuj, you will be the campaign manager of this assembly from today only. You have to go and manage the campaign. And after 1 minute, meeting was over. So I was like, ये क्या हुआ इतनी जल्दी ऐसे कैसे? तो 1 मिनट की मीटिंग कब होती है? So I came out and I talked to the candidate. So there's an assembly in Delhi called Mehrauli. It's in South Delhi.
Right.
कुतुब मीनार दिल्ली में जहाँ पे है वो उस constituency में आता है. So I was appointed as the campaign manager of that assembly in 2013. So I was working there as campaign manager. And I was, I think, 21 years old at that time. So I was the youngest campaign manager in 2013. The next to me was 24, I think, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So this is how I got into Aam Aadmi Party initially.
Okay. आज की तारीख में आपकी जिम्मेदारियां क्या है और आपने सबसे बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स कौन से हैंडल किए पार्टी के लिए और आगे जाके मतलब इन द नियर फ्यूचर और क्या क्या आने वाले?
So these days I'm managing MCD election campaign in Delhi. And Delhi में अभी हम लोग prepare कर रहे हैं because previous MCD elections when we lost, but this time we are targeting, there are 272 wards in Delhi. Right. MCD. So we are targeting 250 plus wards to win. So currently I am managing the campaign with Mr. Digesh Pathak. I hope you know he's in charge of the MCD right
Of course. Now. Yeah.
I'm working with him since last 5 years.
Okay.
So
Good.
I started working with him in 2014 when Arvind sir was contesting in Banaras against Modi. So I went to Banaras to campaign for him. Right. And there I meet Digesh Pathak. So since then I'm working with him. It's almost 6 years I think now. Okay. So my current project is Delhi MCD. I'm working on. And my past project has been in 2013. I was campaign manager of Naroli Assembly. In 2014, I was in Banaras, working in one constituency. Right. And in 2015 Delhi Assembly elections, I was campaign manager of a constituency called Noida. It's in Northeast constituency. Yeah. Lok Sabha constituency. Campaign manager in Noida in 2015. 2016, I was managing this CYFS elections, which CYFS contested in Delhi University. So CYFS contested at university level. We lost that election, but we came second on 2 seats and third on rest 2 seats. So after 2016, I went to Punjab. So this was big for me. I went to Punjab and I was assisting. So I was assisting Digesh Pathak in Punjab election. Okay.
Any particular constituency there?
The whole state of Punjab.
Okay.
So I was managing day-to-day operations. I was managing day-to-day campaigns. I was managing surveys. And I was managing everything. मतलब जो कोई भी नहीं कर रहा है तो that it was my job to do. अगर कोई काम नहीं हो रहा है तो I have to do that. So I was doing a lot of things at the time in Punjab. So I was in Punjab since 2016 to till 2017 Feb Punjab elections. This was big opportunity for me to learn campaign and everything at a state level. After 2016, we came back to Delhi. So we worked in Goa when campaign also. I was organizing rallies of Arvind Kejriwal in Goa. And after that, we came to Delhi. It was 2017 Delhi MCD elections. And we lost it badly because party was not in good shape at that time due to a lot of things. So in 2017, I was working with Delhi MCD. Then after that, 2019 Lok Sabha elections. So I was managing one Lok Sabha constituency, Northeast Lok Sabha, Dilip Pandey. I was conducting.
Right.
So I was managing the booth management of whole Lok Sabha in 2019. And after that, in 2020 election, I was working in Karol Nagar constituency, where Digesh was contesting. And there I was helping with his campaign. Right. This is the project I have been involved in the past.
Wow. I mean, it's amazing that you have touched every major political campaign the party has participated in. So before I open up the floor for questions from our fellow volunteers, I just want to ask you, how do you support yourself, Amit ji? I mean, Anuj ji, I mean, how do you support? Do you have a day job, or I mean, you seem to be working full time with the party?
Yeah. So I am working with party full time since 2013 after I graduated. So it's almost 7 years now. Right. And I am very thankful to my family that my family allowed me to do this. And so my family was very well off. So I was not in a need of doing a job at that time.
Got it.
बहुत सारे मेरे दोस्त हैं जो कॉलेज के just बाद they have to support their family and they have to get into job. But my family was well off, so I was not in any kind of situation to have to go for a job. So I am staying in party offices wherever we are assigned a job. I am traveling on party vehicle and I am eating food provided by the party only. So these are the three basic needs, I think: food, stay, and travel. That has been provided by the party only. So honestly speaking, money is not the motivation in my life.
Right.
So it's not like I am very much satisfied with what I'm doing right now. I always wanted to get into social service and what I'm doing right now. So this is how I support myself. Currently I stay in party office only. This is the office in Delhi where we are having the office of MCD. So I stay there and party provides us the food and travel also based on the party.
Yeah. So do we have any questions from our participants?
This is Jashwant.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, Jashwant, please ask.
Anuj Bhai, can you please touch upon the organization building? I think you're joint secretary for the organization building, right, for Aam Aadmi Party?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Jashwant Bhai. So,
sure. Thank you.
My designation in party is National Joint Secretary Organization Building. So which means I have been mostly involved with organization building. So organization building is related to how party organization functions. So currently, जैसे अगर हम organization को simply समझें तो there are 6-5 layers in an organization. अगर हम दिल्ली की बात करते हैं तो दिल्ली में एक स्टेट कन्वीनर होते हैं. उसके बाद दिल्ली में 7 लोकसभा में हर लोकसभा पे अध्यक्ष होते हैं. उसके बाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, 14 डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट पे एक अध्यक्ष होता है. उसके बाद 70 असेंबलीज है, हर एक असेंबली का एक अध्यक्ष होता है, we call president. And after assemblies there are 272 wards. So each ward has one president. And after ward there is a polling station. Polling station is a school where voting happens at the day of voting. And after polling station, the last unit, which is the basic unit for a political party to function, is booth. So this is a multi-layer system in organization in Delhi. So what we have to do is we have to appoint people who are volunteer with Aam Aadmi Party on each layer. So अगर आप मैग्नीट्यूड की बात करें तो दिल्ली में अगर हम बात करें, दिल्ली में ऑलमोस्ट 13,626 बूथ हैं. So that is 13,626. So currently we are restructuring the organization in Delhi. We are appointing new volunteers and at every level, at booth level, at polling station level, at ward level, at assembly level, at Lok Sabha level, at district level, and state level. So we are in between this process right now. We have appointed in last 2 months till now, we have appointed 24,000 volunteers at booths. So there are 2 volunteers appointed at each booth. One is called Booth Adhyaksh, another is called Booth Sangathan Mantri, which is Organization Secretary. So we are appointing 2 people at each booth. So currently we have covered 12,000 booths in last 2 months, and that is 24,000 people. So the process we opt for the same is our district team goes to each polling station and they call the meeting of all the volunteers of that polling station. Volunteers come, they sit with them, they talk with them, they ask questions that how long you have been with the party, what you do, and how much time you can give to the party. On the basis of these questions, our district team decides that this person is suitable for the designation we are going to assign him or not. So the process through which we appoint the people. Currently, we have appointed 24,000 people at the booth level. After that, we come to polling station level. So there are 2,732 polling stations in Delhi. and we have covered 2,000 polling stations till now. And at every polling station, we are appointing 3 people. One is polling station president, which we call Adhyaksh. Another is Sangathan Mantri, which we call organization secretary. And third we call Sachiv, Mandal Sachiv. So these are 6,000 people. So 2,000 polling station we have covered. So 6,000 people at polling station level and 24,000 people at booth level. So these fresh 30,000 people we have appointed in last 2 months in Delhi. And we are doing this for Delhi MCD elections. So this is something which we are doing in organization these days. And previously I was involved in Punjab organization as well. So Punjab organization was a past experience. So that is something similar on the lines of Delhi, what we are doing in Delhi right now. This is something which organization I am doing.
So you are basically focusing on Delhi organization building then, right? Not the entire nation. Right. Okay.
No, not entire nation right now. I am only focusing on Delhi right now. Delhi MCD elections, for Delhi MCD elections.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
But is this a process that you need to repeat for every elections? मतलब हमने already विधानसभा election के लिए एक तरह से पूरी organization का network बिछा ही दिया था. अभी फिर से बिछाने की जरूरत है इसको? Is this a repetitive task?
Yeah, very good question, sir. So, what's your good name?
Prashant.
Okay, Prashant. Sorry, Prashant. Actually, I'm not able to recognize who is speaking on what side. Okay.
No worries. No worries.
Every election, after every election, some people join party, some new people, and some old people left party as well. So, after every election, almost it is necessary that we appoint people at the organization level. So, yeah, the answer to your question is yes. हर इलेक्शन के बाद हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को रीस्ट्रक्चर करते हैं so that we can find out who are the new people which have joined the party to assign them their responsibilities, और अगर कोई पार्टी छोड़ के गया है तो उनकी जगह पे किसी और को responsibility दी जाती है.
Hello, this is Dr. Grewal. I have a question.
Yes, Dr. Grewal, बताइए.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आप पहले भी 2013 जो 17 की कैंपेन थी पंजाब की उसमें इन्वॉल्व थे, and during that I was also in touch with Dargesh ji and Sanjay ji, and in that campaign because you are fully involved, you must know those there are a lot of allegations or like that, but the selection of the candidate which was a little bit of questionable, and those people who betray us, and during this Khera issue, so उनको बाद में हम ले रहे हैं, लेकिन उनकी कोई कंडीशन में ले रहे हैं या उसको जो पहले हमको धोखा दे चुके हैं उनको जो कि पहले वॉलंटियर थे, अगर वो एमएलए बन गए हैं उनका कोई वजूद नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से, क्योंकि ये पार्टी तो वॉलंटियर से चल रहा है. वो उनको ये अगर वो कर रहे हैं उनको फिर उसी जगह पर तो नहीं लाएंगे, क्योंकि मेरे जो एरिया था, मेरा कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी थी वो थी रायकोट, तो वहाँ से जो एमएलए हैं उसके बारे में मैं पहले भी क्वेश्चन किया था. बिफोर दैट हैपन आई डिड टॉक टू भगवंती एंड they said no, he's fine, but later on he went with the Khera, and now just a couple of days ago he come in a streamline, so I'm rejoining all those kind of things. I know it's internal, but we want to know, because as an NRI, we support them very bigly. I mean, like we were directly pouring the money, and then after that they didn't listen to us, because even when there was a meeting with all those Khera group and stuff, and I called them personally from my MLA to just go and join, at least go to the meeting in Delhi when Arvind ji called them. उन लोगों ने हमको basically they ignore us. So if the party is organizing, if the party is rejoining them, it will be hard for us to support them in the long run. So my question is, I know it's getting a little longer, but I want to go to the base, but like the bottom of the problem. So जो लोग आ रहे हैं दोबारा, जो betray कर रहे थे, जो जिसने पार्टी को तोड़ने की कोशिश की, no matter what, उन लोगों को आगे नहीं आना, मतलब उसको ले सकते हैं, लेकिन they will be the same problem again. If you're giving them some higher position, then they will be betray us again. Or if you're not doing that one, they will make effort to not to come internally. They are not with the party. So that's what I'm asking. What is, because you are the one who is building the organization, and you are doing in Punjab too. Now they are building again from the very bottom. So what are the points when they're making those people come back? Do we put any condition that they will come as a volunteer or those kind of things? I have more questions, but I will it just get longer. So please explain me.
डॉक्टर केवल ऐसा है कि जैसा आपने बताया कि अभी काफी सारे एक्स-एमएलए पार्टी के ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं पार्टी पंजाब में, तो आई थिंक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये हमारी पंजाब की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए गुड न्यूज है कि पंजाब में अभी एक बहुत पॉजिटिव एनर्जी आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए क्रिएट हुई है और पूरे पंजाब में लोगों को होप सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी में दिख रही है. दैट इज द रीजन ये जो लोग छोड़ के गए थे पार्टी वो लोग वापस आके ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. नाउ कम्स योर सेकंड क्वेश्चन के why our party accepting the people who left the party now. So as Arvind sir also had said कि बहुत सारे लोग, जब ये पार्टी बनी थी, पहले आंदोलन था, हर तरह के लोग इस पार्टी में थे, बहुत सारे लोग आए, बहुत सारे लोग छोड़ के चले गए. So I remember we were talking to some journalists one day, and the journalist asked कि अगर कल योगेंद्र यादव जी और बाकी लोग पार्टी में आ जाते हैं तो will you accept them? So he said कि I will accept each and every person whoever wants to contribute to this nation. So we are very focused on our mission. Our mission is to improve the quality of this nation in terms of economy, in terms of education, in terms of healthcare infrastructure, and for that we need a cooperation of a lot of people. जितने भी लोग आके उसमें हेल्प करेंगे उतना ही ज्यादा हमारा टास्क आसान होगा. तो संगठन के नजरिए से अगर कोई भी आगे पार्टी ज्वाइन करता है तो उनका स्वागत है. यही बात आपकी कि what will be a candidate selection process and all that, so that will be decided by Punjab unit only. So Bhagwan Maan is currently president of that unit, and there are many people in that committee, so they will decide who is deserving and who is not. I am not the right person to comment on that.
Okay, that's a good. My second part question is, what in organization that you're doing in Delhi? I know that, but in India, but what about the NRIs? Because there is the same thing happening in NRIs, that no any organization at this point. And we did talk to Gupta ji, and that was about a couple of 2-3 months ago, and still there's not any kind of guidelines. So. We don't want, because there should be organized.
Sir, keep the question short.
Yeah.
Right. So I think NRI has played a very, very crucial and important role in every campaign of Aam Aadmi Party. From every part of the world, people who have gone from India and they love their country and they want to contribute to it, and they are doing it in many ways. So party must thank them, and I must thank them that they are doing so much for this party and this nation. And about this organizing the NRIs, so I think Mr. Prithvi Reddy is responsible for that. If you have any issue related to organization of NRIs, I think he's the right person to talk to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So do we have any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Ashok from Goa.
Yeah, Ashok, please go ahead. Yeah.
Before I ask the question, can we give a big applause to Jaswant Reddy? He stood for elections, which is a very brave thing to do. So and got quite. So let's clap for him. I'm clapping here, and if everybody can clap for him.
Great Jaswant, great Jaswant. Very good, very good.
Great Jaswant, very good. So I'll ask the questions. Sir, you have worked on different organizations, Delhi level and local level. what is the difference? I mean, दिल्ली में तो अरविंद केजरीवाल है, लेकिन लोकल लेवल पे लीडर फाइंड करना, उनको उनका टीम ऑर्गेनाइज कर, that link might be difficult. How do you organize, and what are the pros, cons, do's, don'ts from your experience?
Yeah, that's a very good question actually. So I have worked in Delhi, I have worked in Punjab, I have worked in Goa, I have worked in Bangalore as well, I have worked in Odisha. So my experience is that if you have a leader, जैसे Delhi में Arvind Kejriwal is our leader. So if you have a leader, so forming an organization is little bit easier for them. अगर लीडर है तो लीडर के नाम पे बहुत सारे लोग जुड़ते हैं. तो करंटली दिल्ली में अभी हमारे पास इतने सारे लोग हैं कि हमको लोग सेलेक्ट करने में भी टाइम लग रहा है. As I told you, we have appointed 30,000 people in the last 2 months. And when you talk about other states, so other states we are facing leadership issues, like in Goa, like in Karnataka, like in Uttarakhand, Gujarat. So if we do not have a clear face, then forming an organization is a difficult task, very difficult task. So there are very few people who are very committed to the cause which Aam Aadmi Party started. So these people join in the name of party. We are अगर देखेंगे पूरे इंडिया में around 600 plus districts हैं. हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में आम आदमी पार्टी की यूनिट है, हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में आम आदमी पार्टी का ऑफिस है. नॉट ओनली दीज डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया, आउटसाइड इंडिया भी आप जानते हैं सारे कंट्रीज में आम आदमी पार्टी के सपोर्टर्स हैं. So there are people who support Aam Aadmi Party outside Delhi, but forming an effective organization is still a big challenge without a leader. अगर आपके पास किसी भी स्टेट में एक क्लियर लीडरशिप है तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल्ड करना आसान हो जाता है. जिसका एग्जांपल पंजाब हमारे पास है. पंजाब में भगवंत मान हमारे लीडर हैं वहाँ पे, और भी बहुत सारे लीडर हैं. उन सब लीडर्स के सराउंडिंग में काफी इफेक्टिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पंजाब में 2017 में भी था, और अभी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काफी स्ट्रांग है पंजाब का. बट एक्सेप्ट देन पंजाब, अगर आप बाकी स्टेट्स को देखेंगे जिसमें गोवा है, गुजरात है, उत्तराखंड है, यूपी है, बिहार है, तो वहाँ पे जब तक क्लियर कट आपके पास एक लीडरशिप फेस नहीं होता है तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल्ड करना काफी मुश्किल होता है. These days, party is doing organizational activities in some states, and it is doing very good. Like in UP, Sanjay Bhai is doing a very, very amazing effort there. And I think in his leadership, UP is growing very, very fast. So I was very surprised actually. I am basically from Noida, that is in UP. So I was very surprised. UP is such a big state. आई थिंक मतलब भारत के 8-10 स्टेट के बराबर अकेले यूपी होता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ जियोग्राफिकल एरिया. बट स्टिल हर एक हिस्से में यूपी के आज आम आदमी पार्टी से लोग जुड़ रहे हैं क्योंकि लीडरशिप फेस क्लियर है वहाँ पे. सो द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज इन फॉर्मिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज अदर स्टेट्स एक्सेप्ट इन दिल्ली इज लीडरशिप. इफ यू हैव अ क्लियर लीडरशिप, then you can have an effective organization. If you do not have a clear leadership, then it's a very, very, very big challenge to form an organization.
Do we have any other questions?
Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're doing best.
Hi Deepak.
Good.
Hi Deepak.
Yeah, Deepak.
I'm okay. So Anuj ji, I would like to ask you a simple thing. So पॉलिटिक्स में ज्यादातर मनी एंड मसल चलता है, 2 M चलते हैं, ठीक है. और हम जब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिल्डिंग की बात करते हैं तो आप जो भी कुछ करो, चाहे आप एप्पल में हो, फेसबुक पे हो, आप कोई किसी भी तरीके का आप कैंपेन शुरू करो, हम एक चीज को लुक अप टू करते हैं. जैसे मैं रिसेंटली एक बार मार्क जकरबर्ग का पढ़ रहा था कि वो भी एक स्मॉल लोगों को लुक अप टू करते. तो whom you look up to in building organization, which political party in the whole world? मतलब वो पूरा जो पॉलिटिकल स्पेस है, आप किसको देखते हैं, किससे इंस्पायर होते हैं और किसको कंटिन्यूअसली फॉलो करते हैं?
Honestly speaking, I do not read lot history and all that. So if you will talk about political organizations, so there are only 2-3 parties in this country which are huge organizations. One is BJP, another is Congress, and after that there are some regional parties. But regional parties do not have that strong presence. In terms of national parties, if you will talk about, India has only BJP and Congress, and after that is Aam Aadmi Party, I think, in terms of organization. So my look up to in organization is Mr. Durgesh Pathak. I am working with him since last 6 years. and he is the guy whom I look up to. He's very sharp and he's very, very enthusiastic, very, very dedicated to the cause he's working for. And mainly, he was building up organization from bottom up in every place I have been there. So I'm learning a lot from him, and I think he is someone who will be a great leader in terms of organization in coming future.
Thank you.
Sajan, you had a question?
Yeah, Prashant, thank you. So, Anuj Bhai, my question is in the line of, the question that was asked before this one. So, in terms of finding leaders, right, in states where we do not have currently any leadership phase, what are we doing in terms of identifying the leaders?
Yeah, so there's a dedicated team right now which is working on national expansion of the party, and they are doing that job. My job is currently to look after Delhi only, but almost all of the members of that team are my good friends. We are working together since 2013 and 2012 or 13. So I regularly talk to them, and according to them, organization build करने के लिए there are two ways to build an organization. One is you can build from root, and then you can come to polling station, and then you can come to constituency. That is bottom-up approach. Another is you find some big leaders, bring them in, and you have a layer at the top, and then you build the organization from top to bottom. So I think right now they are targeting few states, and some of them are UP, Gujarat, Uttarakhand, and Goa, Punjab, and they are trying both approach. They are building organization from bottom up also, and they are identifying leaders from other parties or social groups who are good in terms of their image and their profile, and they are reaching out to them, and they are trying to bring them in. So, and I think we are doing good, very good in Goa, UP, and Uttarakhand and Punjab these days. Gujarat will also pick up in next few months, I think. And Bangalore is also in the same group. Bangalore, there's BBMP elections in next year, I think. So there's a dedicated team which is working for those elections also. So this is it. There are dedicated teams from each state, and each team is finding people from other parties or from social groups and bringing them in to our Aam Aadmi Party. So that's what's happening in identifying the leaders.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, Himanshu,
please.
Hi. Thanks a lot for Bhati ji. आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो. It's a great job. But I just want to highlight one point that कि MP becoming MP, MLA, Minister, Chief Minister, PM is the glamour side of politics, and what you're doing is a non-glamorous. If you look in United States, right, nobody knew Obama before 2008, right? So who becomes president doesn't have to be a leader. The leader comes from primaries, from the people. So actually, it's not the party who finds a leader, but it's your people, your volunteers. So I don't know, have you studied the US election system, and are we planning to have primaries like US where people can elect MLA, MP, and obviously party will have some guidelines and you can enforce them. But आपके यहाँ कुछ ऐसा प्लान है कि बॉटम अप किस तरह से लीडर चुने और वही MLA बने? Obviously they will make mistakes like we did in Punjab, but let local people fix it. Everybody will make mistakes, but ultimately you give them a guideline, and then people elect leaders, and then you go up. Thank you.
Thank you, Manju. It's a very good question, actually. So when it comes to leadership building, currently we have a very, very good leadership in Delhi state, mainly Arvind Kejriwal at the top. After that, Sanjay Singh, Gopal Rai ji, Manish Sisodiya ji, Atushi, Dilkesh Pathak, Dilip Pandey, Raghav Chadha. So we have very dynamic leaders in Delhi. Saurabh Bhardwaj is also one of them, and there are many more. I cannot count enough in Delhi. So when it comes to other states, a very basic criteria to find a leader is somebody who is, first of all, well known in their constituency. So if I am a leader of my college, so that means at least if my college strength is around 3,000, तो 3,000 में से कम 200, 400, 500 लोग तो मुझे जानते होंगे. और अगर मेरे में लीडरशिप क्वालिटी होगी तो I have done something like that कि people know me. So primary criteria to identify a leader is name recognition. So if you can find some people who are recognized in large masses, that is primary criteria. After that, you can count upon what the field they are involved in, what is their character, what is their crime record, because there are people also who are criminals and they are well known. So that kind of leadership we are not looking for. So first criteria is a person should be popular. Second criteria is that person should have a good character, and after that comes it shouldn't be a criminal. And once we found such people, then we started to give them responsibilities, different roles, and after assigning those responsibilities and roles, whoever is good enough, that person will come up automatically, which I have realized. I was a simple volunteer in Aam Aadmi Party in 2013. I was distributing pamphlets in Delhi University. और उसके बाद in last 7 years I have worked at assembly level. I was a campaign manager of the assembly. Then I came to district level. Then I came to state level, and then I went to another state, then another state, now this state. So I'm just one of the examples. There are many more like that. So I think the answer to your question is that the leadership is only defined inside the party by a person. If some task has been assigned to that leader, it should be done. That's the only criteria as per my rules. If I have been assigned some responsibility that I have to appoint people at each booth in Delhi, then I should do that within time frame. If I can deliver that, I will go up. If I cannot, and I will not. That is the only criteria I think there is for leaders. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Who is this?
Hi.
I am Namit Bhati, older brother of Anuj Bhati.
जी बताइए.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Actually, if you have some questions about family, I can answer also. So how family react to 8-year journey, and it's not a easy, and it's a very tough journey. So I have 2 questions, and one question is about delivery. All people are asking about organization building and winning the election. Actually, as I am an entrepreneur, we are developing some product and a startup. So main thing for customer is that delivery. What is the delivery of your product? And I think that all parties are lacking in delivery. And what Narendra Modi has a positive thing that he delivers what he says at least 50% or 40% or 60%. But other people, in my mind, other leaders don't deliver near 25%, or they can't market that what they are delivering. So what is the strategy of the party, that how much they are focusing on delivery after winning the election in Delhi or in a small constituency or in Parsad election? One thing is this, and second is this: how Aam Aadmi Party is handling the caste politics, because one is religion politics, one is caste politics, that is all above. I think sometime it's above development also. So BJP is the party of, in my impression, and it all people who are well educated, they know that BJP is a general caste oriented party. All ministers are above 90% ministers are from general caste, and all secretaries in the center government are also from, and in the states all DMs are means major DMs are from general caste. So actually the OBC section is 85% of India. So that is a big population, but only 15% people are holding the major post in India. So if Aam Aadmi Party can recognize this and can can plan on this, so how they are thinking about this caste politics and religion politics?
सवाल रिप्रेजेंटेशन पे उठा है कि मतलब जो 85% बैकवर्ड है उनकी रिप्रेजेंटेशन पार्टी में कैसी होगी कैंडिडेट्स में.
अनुज का इंटरव्यू. First of all, thanks to my elder brother for all of the listeners who are listening here. The guy who asked the question is my elder brother. The first question he talked about the delivery of the promises. So every party in India promises something before elected. So that is called manifesto. Every party has some manifesto, and manifesto announced before the election. After the election, बहुत सारी parties को भूल जाती हैं, but Aam Aadmi Party is the only party who is delivering 100% what they have said. Even I would refer a website also. There's a website also which is a tracker of Aam Aadmi Party manifesto. Currently, I don't remember the web address also. I share it with there is just one, and he can share with NRI people who are listening, NRI volunteers. So we have delivered on education, we have delivered on health, we have delivered on transportation, we have delivered on electricity bills. Aam Aadmi Party promised electricity bill will be half once the party comes into government. Aam Aadmi Party did that. We have delivered on water bills. We promised that water bill will be marked once Aam Aadmi Party comes into the power. They are. Rest of the parties have promised many things, but they do not deliver that much. So this is about delivery of the Aam Aadmi Party. Every person in Delhi knows that Aam Aadmi Party is the party. वो जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं. Even this was the slogan of our marketing campaign also during the last election. जो कहा वो किया. 5 साल में हमने जो वादे किए सारे पूरे किए हैं. Even उससे ज़्यादा ही किया है. बहुत सारे fields में. Next comes to caste politics. So what Namit was talking about, caste is a very, very important factor in Indian politics, whether you accept it or not. But it is. I am working at ground zero and I know that. So the biggest reason caste is the factor is India is coming from a very, very, very deep background in terms of these caste and religion. And there are two levels which Aam Aadmi Party involved in. One is political party, another is government. So representation of every caste and creed in political party and representation of every caste and creed in government are two different things. I am working in party, so I can talk about party only. Government is not my prerogative. I think government people can talk about that. So in terms of party, we conduct regular surveys at each assembly level, and we find out that what are the people, what kind of people are living there. And suppose there is a constituency called X constituency में there are 100 people living. और अगर उसमें से 20 people एक caste के हैं, 40 people एक caste के हैं, 10 people एक caste के हैं, so it matters that the candidate who is contesting belongs to which caste. So representation is like reservation. When you go to reservation, India has a reservation of OBC category and SC/ST category. So similar, I think the ideal scenario is that every caste should be given chance, every religion should be given chance, and we are trying that at our level best. Currently, if you will see in our existing 63 MLAs in Delhi, there are Muslims also, there are Hindus also, there are Dalits also. And then we will get into caste. Every caste and creed people are in our elected leaders.
Aam Aadmi Party is doing great. Aam Aadmi Party is doing great in that. I know that actually four MLAs are from Gujar community in Delhi, and so actually in the NCR Gujar community is there, and some people are also there have interacted. But I am saying that once Sanjay Singh has said that 44 DMs are Thakur in UP, 44 DM. But Sanjay Singh has highlighted that. But if Aam Aadmi Party highlight this thing more and more, so the people who are associated with Akhilesh Yadav in UP will associate with Aam Aadmi Party then, because they know that Aam Aadmi Party delivers very very good and very better the leaders. And one of my friend in Bihar is saying that we are waiting for Aam Aadmi Party in Bihar because Aam Aadmi Party is doing great in schools and hospitals.
So if we will talk about outside Delhi, And I think outside Delhi, currently we are spending, and it is very, very early to talk about that. And once we will conduct elections there, that will be the time to decide how we will distribute our tickets. And once we get into the government, then whatever elected government will be, they will be able to manage this representation of each caste. That is, I think that's a question of future right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
जी बात रिप्रेजेंटेशन की है तो मतलब विमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन आम आदमी पार्टी में खासकर एमएलए कैंडिडेट्स में बहुत पुअर रही है. क्या एमसीडी में हम देख सकते हैं कि मतलब औरतें और ज्यादा बढ़ावा दिया जाएगा उनको?
या सो एमसीडी इलेक्शंस में एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है जो आई थिंक स्टेट इलेक्शंस में भी होनी चाहिए. And there's a bill also pending in Parliament regarding that. MCD elections has reservation for women. So 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women in MCD. So it doesn't matter whether BJP, Congress or Aam Aadmi Party, everybody has to give tickets, 1/3 of the tickets to women. So definitely there will be a larger number of women participating and conducting elections in MCD elections. And I am somebody who supports that bill which is pending in Parliament, that is 1/3 of the contestants of the assembly election should also from women community.
Amazing. Good.
Prashant, I have a question.
Yes. Who is this? Is this Sachin?
Yeah, Sachin.
Yeah. Yes, Sachin. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving the opportunity. Hello, Anuj. My name is Sachin and I am volunteer from Norway. I have a question regarding organization building. Yeah. So I just want to know, like, how you people operate. I mean, what is a framework under which you people operate and do the activities related to organization building? I mean, what are the different structure, to whom you reports to, and in that hierarchy, your boss, to whom he reports to, and how this work at the ground level, and what is the definition, like when you recruit people, or I mean when you add more people into organization, so what is the definition of done that someone has been added, uh, or if someone is leaving the party, then what is the definition of done? How do you conclude that someone has left the party? And I mean, do you use some kind of tool or software where you maintain all this sheet or all this details, or maybe the Excel sheet or something where, and then you rework and continuously rework? I mean, what is a complete framework? I want to understand from Aam Aadmi perspective, the organization perspective.
So this is something which I deal with actually. This is my main work, the framework of organization. So the framework of organization, first of all, my role is currently in Delhi is to build organization from bottom up till state level. I report to Mr. Dugesh Pathak, who is in charge of MCD election, and he report to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So this is the hierarchy from my top, and then it comes to down to me. There's a team of 7 Lok Sabha Adhyaksh. So there are 7 Lok Sabha constituencies in Delhi. Each Lok Sabha constituency is headed by 1 Lok Sabha Adhyaksh. After comes, there are 14 districts. Each Lok Sabha has 2 districts. So every district has 1 president. After district, there comes assembly constituencies. So there are 5 assembly constituencies in each district. And each assembly constituency has 1 president. And after assembly constituency, down to that is ward. Each assembly constituency has average 4 wards. Some assemblies have 3, some assemblies have 5, but average is 4. So each assembly constituency has 4 wards. Each ward has its own president, and after ward it comes to polling station and then booth. So this is the hierarchy system. If you will go from bottom up approach, सबसे नीचे बूथ है, उसके बाद पोलिंग स्टेशन है, फिर वार्ड है, वार्ड के बाद विधानसभा है, विधानसभा के बाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट के बाद लोकसभा है. After Lok Sabha, I look after this organization, and my boss is Mr. Dugesh Pathak, and then Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So this is the hierarchy in the organization in Delhi right now. And when it comes to how we operate, how we keep so much of data of all these people, So we are using some software tools right now. We are building a CRM also, a separate CRM for this whole organization to manage all this data. And along with that, we use Google Drives a lot. We are keeping this whole data on Google Drive mostly. And except in Drive, we are building mobile apps also. So currently, we are building a mobile app to have the data of all the voters also. And it has been launched in Delhi recently. And we will be keeping the data of volunteers also in that app and of voters as well. So we are using software tools as well to increase our efficiency and to increase the efficiency of the organization. And I think it helps a lot when we involve technology in large organizations. So technology is something which makes your task easier. But my personal experience is that too much technology is not good in politics, because politics is a people business. आपको लोगों से interact करना होता है maximum, and physical interaction का जो importance है वो virtual interaction के साथ नहीं हो पाता है in politics. It can happen in corporate, it can happen in any other part of life, I think, but from my personal experience, it is not possible in politics that अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर पे ज़्यादा जाते हो तो it will be harmful for your organization. That's my experience. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So earlier you mentioned that in this hierarchy you appoint the people after interviewing multiple people into different designations. So what does that mean actually? Do you give some kind of appointment to them, and with that appointment, do they get some kind of authority, or what kind of mandate these people get?
So appointment process is something which is mostly based upon trust. So if I'm working with you and I know you from a long time, and for the same job, or you can say for the same post, 5 people are there. So first criteria to appoint somebody is trust in politics. If I trust you, then second comes efficiency. So who is the most efficient? If you will get into normal businesses or corporate life, primary criteria to choose people is efficiency, I think. But when you get into politics, primary criteria to choose people is trust, and secondary is efficiency. So I think the criteria to choose people is first of all identifying who you can trust, because it's a very, very trustworthy work, and second is efficiency. So on the basis of these two factors, हम लोग choose करते हैं कि किसको कौन सी responsibility देनी है. And next comes to once you have given a responsibility to someone, then we assign them tasks. जो भी task पार्टी create करती है. जैसे recently हम दिल्ली में एक कोरोना के अगेंस्ट एक अवेयरनेस कैंपेन शुरू कर रहे हैं. So this awareness campaign will be given to each and every volunteer, and then we will analyze कि कौन उस task को successfully कर पा रहा है, कौन नहीं कर पा रहा है. On the basis of that, we will decide कि who will continue and who will not. That's the way to appoint people, and then second is to analyze whether they are able to deliver or not.
तो जिनको आप अपॉइंट करते हो उनके पीछे पार्टी कैसे खड़े रहती है, मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल कोई जिला है, वहां पे आपने किसी को जिला सचिव अपॉइंट कर दिया फॉर एग्जांपल. कल को उसको कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ, कल को उसको पुलिस उठा के ले गई. ही वाज डूइंग सम एक्टिविटी फॉर पार्टी, एंड फॉर सम रीजन अपोजिशन ने कुछ किया एंड उसको पुलिस उठा के ले गई. तो फिर उसको कौन प्रोटेक्ट करता है? पार्टी उसके पीछे खड़ी होती है क्या?
उसको पार्टी प्रोटेक्ट करती है. पार्टी की अपनी एक लीगल टीम है, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लीगल टीम है जिसमें बहुत अच्छे लॉयर्स हैं. सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ अगर कोई भी गवर्नमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, पुलिस इज वन ऑफ देम. कोई गवर्नमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन अगर हमारे वॉलंटियर्स को या हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को परेशान करता है, तो वी हैव ए स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम ऑफ लॉयर्स हु प्रोटेक्ट देम. अनदर इज के अगर कोई हमारा ही ऑफिस बेरर गलत काम करता है, तो वी डू नॉट प्रोटेक्ट देम. If we can find out prima facie that somebody who was our volunteer and he did something wrong, so we do not own that, because इतने बड़े organization में you cannot be very 100% sure कि हर आदमी अच्छा होगा. तुम लोग आप अपॉइंट करोगे, कुछ लोग कुछ ना कुछ गलती करेंगे डेफिनेटली. तो जो लोग गलती करते हैं या कुछ भी गलत काम करते हैं, पार्टी डू नॉट ओन देम.
Agree. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
So, any other questions? Yeah. So,
Prashant, I had a question.
yes, Vishnu, go ahead, please.
Thanks for coming on this call, firstly. My question was, next be a lot of elections coming up, right? And a lot of municipal elections, and I think we're fighting for a few of them in different cities as well. How hopeful are you of expanding in 2021 outside of Delhi in some way? I'm not saying we'll run any of the municipal elections, but we'll have some presence. How hopeful are you for next year?
So, as you said, as you have seen also, currently we are contesting mostly all the municipal bodies in India. Kerala में हम अभी contest कर रहे हैं, and Jaswant Bhai is also on the call. We contested in Hyderabad also. So we are contesting municipal elections everywhere, and that is also one of the ways to build the organization. Once somebody contests election, people know that this party is also there. So I think we are very, very hopeful that these elections will help us in forming a bottom-up organization across India, and our grassroots leaders will be formed through these municipal elections. And we are targeting few of the municipal bodies very aggressively. One of them is Delhi, and outside Delhi we can talk about Bangalore. We are targeting Bangalore municipal bodies, and Gujarat is also one of them, and Uttarakhand is also one of them. But Goa has state elections and UP has state elections, but we are targeting these two states also very aggressively. And then comes Punjab. So Punjab has state elections again. So party is conducting every state right now. Wherever municipal elections will be held, party will be conducting them.
Speaking of municipal elections, मतलब अभी हाल ही में इलेक्शन के बाद जो दंगे हुए और उसके बाद जो फेक प्रोपेगेंडा पार्टी के अगेंस्ट फैलाया गया, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मतलब नॉर्थ ईस्ट दिल्ली और ईस्ट दिल्ली के मुसलमानों में खासकर और माइनॉरिटीज में आपके खिलाफ थोड़े एंटी फीलिंग्स आने लग गए हैं. तो मतलब इसको आपको क्या लगता है, मतलब ग्राउंड में इंटरैक्ट करके आपको लगता है कि ऐसा है? सोशल मीडिया में तो काफी ऐसा लगता है कि एंटी आप फीलिंग कुछ ज्यादा ही पनप गई है इन कम्युनिटीज में. और बिहार इलेक्शन में जैसे देखा, ओवैसी जैसी पार्टियां आके उनको फिर पोलराइज करके उनके वोट ले सकती है.
So as you know, and everybody knows that AAP is not a party which uses politics on the basis of religion like BJP. So
Correct.
Everybody knows that we are running our campaigns and our government on the basis of our works, what we are doing in them. So you are right, ऐसा प्रोपेगेंडा करने की कोशिश की गई है सोशल मीडिया पे भी, मीडिया में भी, that आम आदमी पार्टी was involved in these riots and all that. But when it comes to the ground, picture is very different. When you talk to the people, you get to know that, of course, कुछ लोग हैं who feels like what you said, but majority is not like that.
Okay, that's encouraging to know. So do we have any other questions?
Are you, Anuj Bhati, are you anyhow connected to Romi Bhati, who is right now in Bangalore?
I'm not connected with anyhow to him, but he's my colleague. We have been working together since very long time. Almost, I think, 10 years.
Okay. So he is also doing organization building. I think all the Bhatis are doing organization.
I know, we are only two Bhatis you can find, I think, in organization. There are many other people who, I think, as somebody said, we are the people who are working behind the curtain. We are not very much familiar, and we are not the face of the party. And there are many people like me or Mr. Romi Bhati. And I'm very sure there are thousands of people who are like me, who are working behind the curtain and who are building this party from bottom up across the nation. And I think all of you are also part of that.
एमसीडी इलेक्शन में वोटर टर्नआउट बढ़ाने के लिए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है? हाल ही में जीएचएमसी इलेक्शन हुआ हैदराबाद में, सिर्फ 46% वोटर टर्नआउट, और फिर बीजेपी वाले गाड़ियां भेज के अपने सपोर्टरों को पोलिंग बूथ पे लेके आ रहे थे. तो मतलब ऐसे माहौल में वोटर टर्नआउट बढ़ाने की क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है? रजिस्ट्रेशन बढ़ाने की क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है?
तो इलेक्शन अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा टास्क है. comes to increasing a voting percentage, it's not a single day work. Increasing the voting percentage is a task of, I think, months or years. When you start campaign from day one, you must be able to reach out to every voter of your constituency or of your state. Once you reach out to voter, that voter should relate to your campaign. If a voter relates to your campaign, that voter will come to vote. That is the basic of voting percentage. If your campaigns are not appealable to the voters, then voters will not come to vote. That is the bottom line of how voting percentage works. Second is, at the day of election, it's very important to mobilize voters. So each party mobilizes their own voters. सपोज अगर आम आदमी पार्टी एक बूथ पे 100 लोग रहते हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी श्योर की ये 25-30 लोग हमको वोट देंगे, तो आम आदमी पार्टी उन 25-30 लोगों को मेक श्योर करती है कि वो अपने घर पे जाएं और वोट डालें. सेम विद बीजेपी, सेम विद कांग्रेस. एवरी पार्टी डज दिस एट द डे ऑफ इलेक्शन कि उनके वोटर वोट डालने जरूर जाएं. So for MCD, what we are doing is, number one, since last 15 years, BJP is in MCD. Everybody knows MCD is corrupt. Every single task which has been assigned to MCD is not without corruption. कहीं भी आप MCD का कोई भी काम उठा लेंगे, आपको उसमें corruption मिलेगा. So this is a huge task in front of me, that we can take this agenda to that MCD is corrupt and it is due to BJP. 15 years BJP has been in MCD, and just day before yesterday, one of the councillors, municipal councillors of BJP, got arrested by CBI for taking a bribe, and he was an elected representative of BJP who was arrested by CBI for corruption. So, and media ने इसको report तक नहीं किया. नहीं किया है, ऐसी बात नहीं है, नहीं किया, लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा highlight नहीं किया है. So the biggest task in front of us is we have to take this message to each and every voter that MCD is corrupt, and if you want a honest government in MCD, then you should vote for Aam Aadmi Party. And we are doing that with press conferences, with door-to-door campaigns. Currently, door-to-door campaign is not going due to COVID, and there are multiple media through which we are reaching out to voters. That is social media, that is newspapers, that is TV and everything, any medium which is possible. So we are reaching out to voters and communicating the same. Another is election day mobilization. So this time we are planning to identify our voters in advance, and once we know who is the voter of Aam Aadmi Party, then we will in place a system which will mobilize voters at the day of election. And we have done it well in last election, but I am very sure we will do it much better in this election.
So do we have any other questions?
Prashant, I got one, if time allows.
Yes, Adi, go ahead.
Hi, Anuj. My name is Adi, and I have a question about this diversity in terms of language and culture. How do you incorporate that in your organization building? Because this might be really helpful in future expansion. Because people elected in Delhi will go back to their state. They know their own language. They know the culture. So it will be easy for them to build organization in their home state. How do we do that?
Currently, if you can see, Delhi is a mini India. पूरे देश से लोग आके दिल्ली में रहते हैं. हर स्टेट के लोग हैं यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे तमिलनाडु के भी लोग होंगे, यहाँ पे कश्मीर के भी लोग होंगे, यहाँ पे केरला के भी लोग होंगे, यहाँ पे राजस्थान के भी लोग होंगे, यूपी के भी होंगे, बिहार के भी होंगे. And you are very correct about it. If we are able to diversify our organization and our electorate leaders, then they will help us to extend our organization across the nation. And we have representatives from almost each community right now. And if somebody is from Punjabi community, like Mr. Jantar Mantar, who is a Sikh, and he is currently in charge of Punjab, because Punjab is a Sikh-dominated region. When it comes to another UP, we have a leader like Sanjay Singh, and who is responsible for affairs of the UP right now. So, almost every culture or creed people we have, But like Mr. Somnath Bharti is a very, very sharp leader and Supreme Court lawyer also, and he is looking after the whole states of the south region of India. So I think what you are saying is that already has been done. Our selected leaders are very diversified. They have been assigned them states according to their respective identities, regional identities, or religious identities, and except then our organization. So in terms of organization, we have people of every caste, creed, or religion in our organization. And Awami Party is a party which has the message at its core that we are the party who wants to protect the communal harmony of this country, and we want to bring everyone together, and we want to operate as a liberal party. So I think when I see Delhi organization, तो हर एक caste के लोग हैं, हर एक religion के लोग हैं. I interact with people every day. Muslims are there, Hindus are there, Sikhs are there, Christians are there, Jains are there. So I think in Delhi we are a very, very, very rich and vast rich and vast people from each and every category of the group. And as you said, they have been assigned different roles to the different states, and they are building the organization of Awami Party across the nation.
Yes, thank you for that. But I don't see the diversity. Our diversity is mainly limited to North Belt, Hindi-speaking belt. But it will be good to see more leaders from other states, like if you want to expand in Odisha, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, then we should more faces from those areas, and which we really liking.
I agree with you. I agree with you at that point that we do not have leaders from southern regions and northern eastern regions in our party in Delhi, because honestly speaking, it's a northern part of the country. तो मोस्टली जो नॉर्दर्न रीजन के लोग हैं वो सभी पार्टी में हैं. यूपी के लोग हैं, बिहार के लोग हैं, हरियाणा के लोग हैं, पंजाब के लोग हैं. बट साउदर्न रीजन से और नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन से ज्यादा लोग दिल्ली में नहीं हैं. लोग हैं लेकिन माइनॉरिटी में हैं, तो उनके उतने स्ट्रॉन्ग लीडर्स दिल्ली में निकल के नहीं आए. सो वी हैव टू लुक फॉर देम इन देयर रेस्पेक्टिव होम, इन देयर रेस्पेक्टिव स्टेट्स, आई थिंक.
So we are running close to the finish line, but Dr. Grewal had a question. Short में बता देंगे.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I know that you are in the very leading role in organization build up. So my suggestion is, because I was involved at a lower level in 2008 Obama campaign, so I highly recommend you should study and do the bottom up, and we should give a time. If you recognize any leader in the regional leader that we are lacking behind right now, and if you see some people who are trustworthy, then we have to highlight to put on a bigger stage that people can link with the Arvind Kejriwal through those people. And that's what happened with the Obama campaign. He was given a one chance to deliver a speech on a convention, and that's where he's the best person who built a ground level organization to beat a bigger, like a billion donors. His average donor was about $7, and he was able to build that organization which beat a big missionary. So I highly recommend you should study that ground level Obama campaign and his startup from the bottom.
Thank you so much, Dr. Grewal.
Prashant, I have a last question. If
go ahead, Sachin,
very
please,
short,
please. Yeah, I think this would be the last question. Go ahead.
Thank you. Anuj, one last question. Do you get some budget allocated by the party for organization building?
So party doesn't allocate any kind of budgets to organization building, but party do allocate budgets for campaigns. For example, if we are doing an awareness campaign for COVID, then there are around 2 crore voters in Delhi. And if it goes into household, it is around 50 lakh household in Delhi. So we have to print 50 lakh pamphlets, one pamphlet for each household. So that is printed by the party. And similarly, if any material needed for any campaign, that has been paid by party. Party does not allocate any separate funds for organization building. लेकिन किसी भी कैंपेन के लिए आपको कोई भी इन्वेंटरी चाहिए होता है या anything you require that has been paid by party.
So in other states, when we are growing up the party, do these local leaders who are involved in organization building, do they get some kind of funds allocated by the party for building the organization, or maybe for the campaign and other stuff, or it is only applicable for Delhi?
So for each state, there is a separate team which is working for fundraising, and I hope or I think some of you must have donated to the party in past. So they are separately working on that, and every state has their own team, and there is a separate national team also who is working on fundraising, and they are identifying the potential donors, and we have a list of thousands of donors already who have donated to the party in the past. So that fundraising team is working on that different aspects, and every state has a team of fundraising. So बाकी states में भी जहाँ काम चल रहा है, every state has their own fund. The party utilizes that fund to run each and every campaign.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए अनूप जी, and best wishes for the organization building, and NRI volunteers से जो भी मदद चाहिए हो, please feel free to reach out. जैसे भी किसी भी कैंपेन में अगर हमारी फिजिकल प्रेजेंस की जरूरत, डोनेशन की जरूरत हो, हम हाजिर हैं. Thanks a lot for joining with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prashant, and thank you so much to all our NRI volunteers who are joining us through any means. And definitely, आपकी बहुत help की जरूरत है, and I'll reach out through Jaswant bhai, and we will need a lot of help of different kind. So we will talk about it separately. Thanks a lot.